Hello again, Mrs. Worth here. Now, when we first started this short story series, we talked a little bit about text evidence and how important it is in your writing as well as in your reading. Now, we talked about proof, we talked about backing up our ideas and our predictions and even our answers with evidence from the text. Casey at the Bat is a great short piece, which in this case it's a poem, so it's not a short story, but it tells a story about Casey at the Bat. Now, our version of Casey at the Bat was taken from readworks.org, which parents, if you're watching this, that is a great resource for reading comprehension. So if you ever want to pull something out over the summer to review a little bit of reading comprehension, readworks.org is a great one. You can message me anytime and I'll give you that resource. So, back to what I was saying. Casey at the Bat is a poem that tells a story. And in this short story, we're going to do a quick activity for text evidence. So pull out your page in your packet that looks like this. At the bottom, it says Activity 14. So first, just like with everything we do, let's first start with our directions. The first thing it says to do is to read through the pieces of evidence in the table below. Then read statements 1 through 5, and for each item, find the appropriate piece of text evidence and color it the requested color. Okay, so first we're going to read A through H. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it a haughty grandeur there. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and the much despised Blakey tore the cover off the ball. Then from the gladdened multitude went up a joyous yell. It rumbled in the mountain tops, it rumbled in the dell. They thought, if only Casey could get a whack at that, we'd put even money now with Casey at the bat. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. From the benches filled with people there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout, but there is no joy in Mudville, mighty Casey has struck out. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Okay, let's go back up to 1 through 5. Alright, so we have a little bit of a key here. Find evidence that creates tension and builds suspense and color it pink. Okay, so we're going to color it pink when we're ready. Okay, tension and suspense. Number 2, find evidence that characterizes Casey as overconfident, and we're going to color that yellow. Find 2 pieces of evidence that the crowd was very emotionally involved in the game, and color them green. Color them green, that tells me that there's one or more here. Color it green. I don't know if it's coming through very well on the camera. Color it green. Okay, find 2 pieces of text evidence. It also tells us in the directions, I suppose, that shows that the crowd believes Casey is the best player on the team. Color them blue. So 2 pieces of evidence, color them blue. Lastly, find 2 pieces of evidence that include events that surprise the crowd. and color them purple. Okay. You know how much I love my order, so let's start out with number 1. Find evidence that creates tension and builds suspense and color it pink. To me, I think they build the most tension and suspense in letter E. And the reason I say that is, it says, and now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. It doesn't tell us how Casey hit, it doesn't tell how far it went, but it does give us some suspense as to what's going on in the story. So we're going to color it pink. I'm just going to mark this pink for now. I guess I can color it in. Yours, I'm sure, will look a lot nicer at home because you get to take your time, but I'm trying to get quick videos out to you. So I'm only going to go as far as the words are, just to save some time. Alright, so I said letter E was pink. Okay. Number 2, find evidence that characterizes Casey as overconfident. Okay. So overconfident means that he has too much pride in himself. So, let's see. Other words for overconfident would be proud, haughty, full of oneself. Okay. And now the leather-covered spear came hurling through the air. Casey stood a-watching in haughty grandeur there. That, to me, says pride. Let's look elsewhere. Let's look at the rest of them. Okay, this is the crowd's confidence in him. I'm thinking this is the only one that actually shows his overconfidence. So, letter A. My yellow isn't coming through very well in the video. I guess it is a little. But I'm going to color letter A yellow. That's what you get for using a highlighter pencil. Working from home, right? Learning from home, using our resources at home. A yellow highlighter pencil that I use for my Bible study is what was on hand. So here you are, yellow, and this is letter A, so I'm going to put an A next to number 2, but of course you can't see it. Let me grab my pen. Okay, letter A. Okay. Number 3. 2 pieces of evidence that the crowd was emotionally involved in the game. Okay. Joyous yell. Benches filled with people went up a muffled roar. I think those 2 show how involved they were in the game. So, C and F. C. Again, highlighter pencil for green. That's what I had at home. And F. Okay, so we found our 2, C and F. Okay. Find 2 pieces of text evidence that show the crowd believes Casey is the best player on the team. I think D. If only Casey could get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. That tells me they think he's pretty stinking great. So, D and H. Okay, so D and H are colored blue. Now, last but not least, number 5. 2 pieces of evidence that include events that surprised the crowd. Obviously, they're the last 2 here, but let's look at them anyhow. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and the much decides Blakely tore the cover off the ball. And somewhere men are laughing and somewhere children shout, but there is no joy in Mudville, mighty Casey has struck out. So that is surprised there. There's no joy. They couldn't believe it. Oh my goodness. They're surprised. So B and G are going to be blue. So we found evidence that was from the text, specifically that matched up with the 5 things that the text asked us about Casey at the bat.